Thank you for joining me this morning. Today's class will be a Firey Flow. It'll be like 45 to 50 or so minutes. We'll do shoulders, we'll do a little bit of core, because that's kind of what I feel like I've been needing, so maybe you need some of that too. We'll get started on our back, so you can get started in your Shavasana. And if you want to get into the hips early, you're welcome to come into Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet touching and the knees wide. But just get into any comfortable laying down position. Just taking the first few moments of class as like a grounding pose to kind of set up our practice, like a meditation through the body, right? Taking the first few moments of class to notice where your body is touching the earth below you. Noticing where your body's touching your clothing and where the body's touching the air. Noticing the movement of the heart as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Tracing the body for pockets of tension, any areas that feel a little bit of tenseness, any kind of tension. Can you just send your breath there? Can you begin to soften your breath, right? Allow the breath to be natural, but allow it to be a little bit smoother. Trying to notice how the breath feels right now in this moment, and allowing it to grow deeper throughout practice naturally as you just observe and bring your awareness to it. Here in this aware space, can you begin to set an intention that you would like to invite into your practice? A word or a phrase you'd like to embody or invite in. Something beautiful and positive that you can bring with you for the rest of the day. Take a deep inhale and a cleansing exhale. Begin to lengthen the arms up overhead, point the toes, find a full morning stretch. Alright, begin to hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug, rock side to side. From here, we're going to bring our hands like a diamond shape. So the index and the thumb touch one another. But we're going to bring that underneath our sacrum, that flat bone, underneath the spine. You're going to lift your legs up. We're going to work on the lower abs here. Your head can stay down. Your shoulders can stay relaxed. Begin to press that lower back onto your hands. And then really begin to engage your core as you slowly lower the legs about a third of the way down. Breathe here. Either point the toes or flex the toes. Keep the feet active. And then lower another third. And now here probably the core is really beginning to shake. That's okay. Notice it. And then you can stay here. If it's okay on the low back, you can lower even all the way to a hover. For me, that makes my low back begin to arch, so I can't really go that far. So it really depends on your body, right? So if you're able to hover without the arching of the back, then you can bring it a little bit lower. Come back to that 2/3 of the way down. Keep the legs together. Come up to that 1/3 of the way down. And then come all the way up. All right, we're going to move through that a little bit quicker. So we're going to lower the legs a third, 2/3, and then as low as you can go without arching your back. Up to the 2/3, 1/3, all the way up. We'll do it once more like that. 1/3 down, 2/3 down, as low as you can go without arching the back. Coming up, a little bit higher, and then all the way up. Now we'll lower and lift just with our breath. So as you exhale, lower down as far as you can go, and then inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, Inhale up, engage your core here. Press the lower back into your hands. Up and down. Up. Last time we're gonna come as low as you can go, and then we're gonna flutter the feet up and down. You should probably feel this a little bit in your quads too. Begin to connect to this shape. Point through the toes, lift and lower, lift and lower. From here, bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rock side to side. Next, we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. We'll reach the arms up and overhead. Begin to engage your core, press the lower back into the earth, and then come into Kali Mudra. So just release the index fingers and then interlace all of the rest of the fingers. And then as you exhale, come up, point the fingers between the knees. You don't have to come up super high, just bring the shoulders off. Create space between the chin and the chest. Make sure it's not tucked in, right? And then release it back down. Come up, release down. Up and down. We're just gonna build a strong core for this practice, right? Building a strong core so that the rest of the practice is a little bit more stable, and that when we're standing on one leg, we have a strong core to help us stabilize. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold up, just allow the shoulders to be a little bit off of the earth, and then just kind of pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Reach the arms up overhead. Hug the knees into your chest, and then rock up and down the spine until you come into your tabletop. In your tabletop, we'll find a few cat-cows here. So you'll stack your shoulders over your wrist, hips over your knees, and then drop the belly, open the heart, lift the gaze. And then exhale, round. Actually come back through that cow pose, drop the belly, open the heart, lift the gaze. It should feel really nice on the tummy after doing those ab exercises. A nice little stretch. Hold here for another deep inhale. And then exhale, round. Take a moment to hang out here. Drop the head, drop the tailbone, create space between each and every vertebra, between the shoulder blades, and then rock forward. Here you're welcome to invite any intuitive movement that feels good in your body today. So you can continue with cat-cow, find some kidney squeezes, shake the head yes and no. Just take about another 2 or 3 breaths, kind of notice what you need in your body, right? Tuning in so that you can learn and so that you can remember that I'm just your guide, but you know what's best for your body. All right, we'll come back through center. From here, we're gonna extend the right leg back long and then the left, coming into this plank pose. Your body is long. You wanna make sure your hips aren't dipped down. You wanna make sure they're not piked up, right? You want them in the middle. And then you wanna press the heels back. Lift the area between the shoulder blades. From here, you're gonna bring your elbows to where your hands are. So just drop the left elbow and then the right. And then hold here. Breathe into this shape. I like coming down into this lower plank because I feel it more in my core as well as in my shoulders. So maybe you tap into that feeling too. And then drop the hips, untuck the toes, press the heart forward, Sphinx pose. Breathe here for a moment. Allow the core to open up. And then try to contract your back. So try to use the muscles on your back to keep the body somewhat upright like this as you slide your hands to your low ribs, coming straight into that low cobra. Beautiful. Tuck your toes, press back into your tabletop or into your plank. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, begin to walk it out, bending into one knee and then the other. Noticing how that feels. Your hamstrings are probably speaking to you, and that's okay. Just begin to work it out. All right, from here we're gonna round forward into our plank. We're gonna bring the right elbow down, and then the left. From here we're gonna bring the right hand to where the right elbow is. Left hand where the left elbow is, back into your plank. And then send the hips up and back. Round forward into your plank. Bring the left elbow to where the left elbow to where the left hand is. And then the right elbow to where the right hand was. All right, left hand to left elbow space. Right hand to where right elbow space goes. Send the hips up and back. Beautiful. We're gonna add in that little flow thing every once in a while throughout practice today. So take a deep inhale here. Stay for the exhale. And then keep the arms as straight as possible in front of you. And then also keep your legs as straight as possible as you tiptoe your feet to your hands, taking like 20 steps there. You should feel engagement in your shoulders. This is almost like a handstand prep here as you really tiptoe, bringing more and more weight into your hands. And once you can't go with straight legs anymore, you're welcome to bend the knees and then step up to the top of the mat. Here you can have a generous bend to your knees, allow the torso to cascade over the thighs. You can shake the head yes and no. You can just hang out here. You have a couple of options, right? You can grab the opposite elbows. You can bring your hands behind your head. Whatever feels intuitive. Give yourself a moment to connect to your first forward fold. Breathing. Begin to release whatever bind you may have. And then inhale, lift halfway. Your hands come to your shins. Shoulders roll onto your back body, straight spine. And then exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, root to rise, bend the knees, sweep the arms up and overhead, hands touch. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a moment to close your eyes here, standing tall, relaxing the shoulders, feeling all four corners of your feet rooted into the earth. Reconnect to your intention that you set in the beginning of class. Feel it fill the body. And then exhale, release what doesn't serve. Begin to open your eyes, windmill the arms up. We'll begin to flow here. Exhale, find your fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. Add your version of your vinyasa. Maybe the knees come down, maybe they don't as you shift the shoulders forward. Bend the elbows halfway, untuck the toes, straighten the arms, knees are lifted, broaden through the chest, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog as you send your hips up and back. Bend the knees, walk it out. We'll go through that a couple more times to really warm up the body today. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, hop or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep up overhead, hands touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. Your version of your vinyasa, chaturanga dandasana as you exhale. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. We got one more of those. Remembering that vinyasas are optional. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hop or step to the top of the mat. Find your fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, root to rise. Your arms are going to sweep up overhead. Hands touch. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. Add your version of your vinyasa here. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Round forward into your plank. Bring the left elbow to where the left hand is. The right elbow to where the right hand is. Forearm plank. Left hand to left elbow space. Right hand to right elbow space. Plank. Send the hips up and back. Round forward, back into your plank here. Engage your core. Bring the right elbow to where the right hand is. Left elbow down to where the left hand is. All right, coming back up. Right hand to right elbow space. Left hand, left elbow space. Send the hips up and back. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Give it a circle, and then a circle in the other direction. From here, plant the foot between the hands. We're going to come into a runner's lunge. So back foot is tucked. Your hands can be on fingertips or you can place them on blocks. Kick through the left heel. Broaden through the chest. Breathe here. Connect to the left hip flexor. And then exhale, straighten the front leg as you round over, coming into this extended pyramid. Connect to the hamstring belly of the right leg. Drop the head down. Round the spine. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, send the hips back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, hips back. Rock forward. Last time, hips back, pyramid pose. And then rock forward into your runner's lunge. From this runner's lunge, we're going to come straight up into our crescent lunge. So bend the back knee, swing the hand all the way up. Once you're upright and the tailbone is neutral, kick through the left leg. Right heel or right hip pressing back, left hip pressing forward. Notice if this left hip wants to open. Can you close it up? Your feet are on train tracks. Your shoulders are relaxed. Breathe into the space. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. From here, begin to shift your hands back behind you. Shift the weight into the front foot. Fly into your airplane pose. Breathe into the shape. Lift from the inner thigh. Breathe here. Take a moment to soften the standing toes, but engage the entire right leg. Your arms are magnetized towards one another. Bring the left knee into your chest. Hands at your heart, one-legged mountain pose. Slowly fly back into that airplane pose, being really stable on that right leg. That's why we've done all those core exercises, right? Keep the core in. Press back into that crescent lunge. Swing the arms up. Take a second to kick through the left heel. Frame the front foot. Step back into your three-legged dog. So the right leg swings back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen it back. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale up, warrior two. Front heel in line with back arch. Both your feet are pressing down towards one another, lifting the pelvic floor. It's all the same cues, but we all always need to hear them, right? Hips and shoulders open to the left. Arms reaching, but shoulders softening. Breathe into the shape. Bend into the front knee a little bit more. Breathe here. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. We're going to bend into the left knee, finding Skandasana at the back of the mat. So begin to bend into this back knee. You can stay upright like this. Maybe you come a little bit lower and you lift that right heel off of the earth. Breathe here. From here, we're going to walk ourselves forward. So you're just going to kind of claw yourself forward. Make sure that that front foot is pointing forward, and you're going to lift the back leg up, coming into that half moon shape. Yeah, we're getting into the meat of the flow here, right? Begin to lift that left heel off of the earth, and then maybe that left arm reaches up. Breathe into this half moon here. Breathing deeply. Flex the toes towards the face. Soften the standing toes. Soften your jaw. Very slowly press back down, warrior two. Arms come out to a T. Flip the front palm, reverse, front hand reaches up and back. From here, the right elbow comes to the right knee. Left hand reaches up and overhead, coming into that extended side angle. Should feel a very long line of energy up the side. Your elbow can stay resting on the knee. It can come down to the earth or to a block. Or maybe core support by bringing it out in front of you. Listen to your body. And then from here, begin to spin the back heel up as you bring the left hand down and the right arm up towards the sky here. From here, frame the front foot. Step back into your downward facing dog. Walk it out, bend one knee and then the other. We'll find that whole entire flow on the other side. Moving through this first one slowly so that we can connect to each and every shape. Inhale, lengthen the left leg back behind you. Bend the knee, open the hip. Give it a hip circle or two. Lengthen the leg and then plant the foot between the hands. Runner's lunge. Hands are on blocks or they're tented on the floor. Press through that right heel. Broaden through the chest a bit. Connect to the right hip flexors. As you exhale, straighten the front leg, round over the body. And then press forward. Exhale, round. Press forward. Exhale, round. Forward. Exhale, extended pyramid. Inhale, runners. Last one, extended pyramid here. Come back into your runner's lunge. Begin to engage your core. Bend the back knee and then swing the arms up and overhead. Once the torso is upright, kick through the right heel. Square off the hips, relax the shoulders. Breathe here. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm just going to switch sides for the sake of the camera. Alright, we're going to swing the hands back behind us. We're going to begin to fly into that airplane pose. So lift the right leg up, lifting from the inner thigh, magnetizing your triceps together, finding that non-moving focal point on the floor in front of you. Soften your standing toes, engage the entire left leg, breathe deeply. Bring that knee up and into your chest. One-legged mountain pose, hands to your heart. Lift the knee a little bit higher. Swing it back into your airplane pose. Gently drop that back ball of the foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Crescent lunge. Frame the front foot. Step back into your three-legged dog. Left leg sweeps up and back. Knee to nose. Plank. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Spin the back heel flat. Windmill the arms out to a T. I know we're starting slow for this kind of power class, but imagine what we're doing here, but a little bit faster, right? So just begin to sink into this shape, right? Allow your hips to melt down. Allow them to be open. Feel your feet press down and towards one another, lifting the pelvic floor. Reach through the fingertips. Virabhadrasana 2. Begin to bend into the back knee, coming into your Skandasana. So maybe you stay upright and you just bend the knee a little bit. Maybe you're able to bring the hips a little bit lower. And you can lift the front heel if that's the case. Breathe into this shape. Begin to gaze forward. Walk your hands forward as you find that half moon shape. Left hand plants, right leg reaches up, right hand reaches up. Bring that right heel in line with the torso. Soften the standing toes. Bring your head in line with the spine. Stack the top shoulder over the bottom shoulder. Breathe deeply. Kick through the heel. Take a moment. Very gently begin to bend the front knee. Step back into your warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse, front hand reaches up and back. connecting to this left side body. And then that left elbow comes to the left knee as the right arm reaches up, or maybe up and over, creating that long line of energy. Breathe into this shape. Make sure the top shoulder isn't collapsing forward. You want to peel it so that it's right next to the ear. You can stay here. You can core support by bringing your hand out in front of you, or you can bring it down to a block or to the earth. Breathe into this shape. The right hand will begin to spin down towards the earth. Left hand will reach up and overhead. Simple twist. Top shoulders peeling on top of the bottom shoulder. You're reaching through the fingertips. You're kicking through the right heel. And then frame the front foot. Step back into your downward facing dog. From this downward facing dog, we'll find that same shoulder and core building flow where we flow forward into our plank. We'll bring our left elbow to where our left hand is. Our right elbow to where our right hand is. And then we'll bring our left hand to the right elbow space, or to the left elbow space. The right hand down to the earth, plank pose. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Send yourself forward. We'll switch that up. So this time the right elbow comes down first, and then the left. Right hand first, left hand next. Send the hips up and back. Take a moment here, breathe in, breathe out. Walk the feet to the hands, finding a fold at the top of the mat. Take a deep inhale, and a cleansing exhale. Begin to bend into the knees, and then sweep the arms up, coming into a chair pose. Sinking your hips a little bit lower, sending all of the weight into the heels, so much that you can see the toes in front of the knees. From here, we're going to find that drinking bird flow I like to teach, right? So we're going to swing the hands back behind us as if they're magnetized. And we're going to come onto our tippy toes. We're going to dip our hips a little bit lower and open the heart a bit. We'll keep the heels lifted for a deep inhale, and then exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swing the arms back. Inhale, heels up. Hold here for a moment, breathe deep. With your next exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, lift the arms, or lift the heels, my bad. All right, we're gonna flow a little bit quicker. Drop the heels, reach the arms. Drinking bird, arm sweep back, reach the heels up. Heels down, arms up. Drinking bird, heels up, arms back. Heels down, arms up, you've got this, one more. Drinking bird here, lift the heels, swing the arms back. Drop the heels, reach the arms up, come up to stand. Cactus the elbows, and then sweep the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers, press the knuckles down. Bend the knees and find a fold. Getting into the shoulders here. Breathing into this opening. Opening up the chest, the pec muscles, pec major, pec minor. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. If this isn't accessible for you, you can grab a towel or a strap or anything you have laying around the house. Begin to release that bind. Inhale, lift halfway. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back into your plank, and then meet in downward facing dog. We're gonna flow through that flow that we went through, that whole entire thing. We're gonna move quicker with breath. So inhale, lengthen the right leg back behind you. As you exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Hands come to blocks, or you tent your fingertips. Just one pulse here. Runner's lunge as you inhale. Extended pyramid pose as you exhale. Rock forward into your runner's lunge. Bend the back knee. Come straight up into your crescent lunge. Kick through the back heel. Swing the arms back behind you. Fly into your airplane pose. Bring your knee into your chest. Hands come to your heart. One-legged Tadasana. Swing the hands back into this airplane version of Virabhadrasana 3. Gently step the left foot back down. Wing the arms up, crescent lunge. Hands frame the front foot, step back into your three-legged downward facing dog. Kick that right leg up, and then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen it back. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands, and windmill your arms out to a T, warrior 2. Bend into the back knee, Skandasana. And then we're gonna fly into our half moon. Maybe this time your hands stay at your heart as you just kick the left leg up. Trying to keep your hands at your heart, but maybe you open up if that's a little bit too difficult. Slowly press back into your warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse, front hand reaches up and back. Front elbow to front knee, left hand reaches up and overhead. Begin to swing that left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Left hand down, right arm up, simple twist, come onto the ball of the back foot. Frame the front foot, step straight back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg will swing back behind you. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Runner's lunge here, kick through the right heel, open the chest. One pulse as you straighten the front leg, extended pyramid. Bend into the front knee, swing the arms up. Come up into your crescent lunge, kick through the right heel. Swing the arms back behind you, broaden through the chest, fly into your airplane pose, kick that foot up. Bring your knee into your chest, hands to your heart. Fly back into that airplane pose, arms swing back, back heel or back ball of the foot lands down, arms reach up, crescent lunge. Frame the front foot, step back into your three-legged dog, left leg extends towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen it back. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale up to your warrior 2. Warrior 2 into Skandasana. Begin to bend into the back knee, finding that squat. We're going to fly into our half moon. Maybe try to keep your hands at your heart the entire time, including in the half moon. Begin to shift your weight forward. Lift the right leg up. Your hands can stay at your heart or you can extend. Breathing into this shape, trying to bring the right shoulder on top of the left. Press through that right heel. Soften the standing toes. Gently begin to press back into your warrior 2. Reverse, front hand flips, reach up and back. Front elbow to front knee, right hand reaches up and overhead. Right hand swings down to the earth, left hand reaches up, simple twist. You're on the ball of the back foot now. Frame the front foot, step back into your downward facing dog. From here, spin forward into your plank. Left elbow down, right elbow down. Left hand down, right hand down. Downward facing dog. Spin forward, plank pose. This time, right elbow down, left elbow down. Right hand down, left hand down. Send the hips up and back. Going straight to the next shape, the next flow, right? We're gonna do it one more time. We're gonna go even quicker this time, but take it to your own pace, right? If you wanna skip anything or add on, it's up to you. Inhale, right leg up behind you. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Inhale into your pyramid pose. Spin back into your runner's lunge. Bend the knee, sweep the arms up. Swing the arms behind you as you fly into that airplane pose. Knee into your chest. Swing it back, airplane pose. Crescent lunge, arms reach up. Frame the front foot, step back, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, three-legged dog. Warrior 2, right foot plants, arms swing open. Skandasana at the back of the mat, left knee bends. Go forward into your half moon, maybe keeping your hands at your heart. Lift the left leg. Whoop. Gently press back to your warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse, front hand reaches up and back. Front elbow to front knee, top hand reaches up and overhead. And then keep spinning that hand until it comes to the floor. Right hand reaches up, simple twist. Frame the front foot, step back, downward facing dog. Going straight to the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Inhale, straighten the front leg, extended pyramid pose. And then back into your runner's lunge. Bend the back knee. Inhale up, crescent lunge. You've got this. Exhale, fly into your warrior three here, lifting that right leg up. Knee into your chest. One-legged Tadasana. Airplane pose. Crescent lunge. Arms reach up. Frame the front foot. Three-legged dog. Left leg kicks up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale, arms to a T. Warrior two. Skandasana at the back of the mat. Bend the right knee. Or sorry, breathe here. And then begin to fly into your half moon. Lifting that left leg up. Hands can stay at your heart or they come out to a T. Breathe here. Gently press back into that warrior two. Arms come out to a T. Flip the front palm. Reverse. Front hand reaches up and overhead. Front elbow to front knee. Top hand reaches up and over. Extended side angle. And then windmill that arm down to the floor. Left hand reaches up. You're on the ball of the back foot. Place that hand down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. Round forward into your plank. Left elbow down. Right elbow down. Left hand down. Right hand down. Downward facing dog. Back forward. This time the right elbow comes back down. The left elbow down. Right hand down. Left hand down. Send the hips up and back. Breathe here. Bring the knees down to the earth. Bring the knees wide, toes together. Sit back into your child's pose. Take a second to activate your child's pose. So come onto the tips of your fingers. So there's lots of space underneath the armpit and forearms. And we're going to release the shoulders. So we're going to bring the left hand underneath that right armpit so that the left shoulder comes down to the earth and the left temple comes down to the earth. So thread the needle, Balasana shape, right? So we're just adding these shapes together so we can open up our hips and our shoulders at the same time. The more you press down on your left shoulder, you'll feel a little bit more opening in the back between the shoulder blades. Begin to breathe wherever you are, noticing how this feels. You can even half bind, bringing that right hand up and over, grabbing that hip crease on the left side. Whatever feels intuitive. Walk your right hand back in front of you if you half binded. Press all 5 fingers of the right hand into the earth. And then bring the left hand out in front of you. And we'll find that thread the needle on the other side. So this time the right hand comes underneath that left armpit. You'll bring the right shoulder down, the right temple down. Left hand can stay extended out in front of you. You can reach up and overhead to find that half bind, tucking your fingers in that hip crease. Breathing into the backs of the shoulders here. Slowly come back through center. Arms are out overhead. Drop the head. Roll into your tabletop. And then just bring your legs out in front of you. And we'll come into a boat pose Navasana, so let's build a little bit more core strength before we settle down. Begin to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Begin to sit back until you find that balance. Your hands can stay by your side, your feet can even stay on the side, or maybe you begin to lift your feet up halfway, or you can lengthen them long. Hands by your side, hands out in front of you, hands overhead. Choose your level, right? Take a moment here. Connect to your core. Create space between the chin and the chest. Breathe deep. And then slowly lower into a low boat, keeping the shoulders off the earth, keeping the feet, pressing the low back into the earth, and then drop it down. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Massage the lower back. Drop the knees over to the right. The arms come out to a T. Simple supine twist here. Breathing into the back body. Bringing your nervous system back into equilibrium. Connecting to your breath. Slowly come back to center. Find a happy baby in between here. So allow your knees to go wide. Grab the outer edges of your feet or the outer edges of your knees and just allow your hips to open up. Just passing through here. And then we'll bring the knees back together and we'll drop the knees over to the left. Arms come out to a T. Slowly come back through center, give yourself a nice big hug, and then find your final resting pose, your Shavasana, or whatever shape you started class with. You can be in your Shavasana, Supta Konasana, you can bring your legs up the wall. Just take a couple moments to get comfortable, finding any props or any blankets, any fidgets that you need to do. And just begin to release into your final shape. Relaxing the body from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. Focusing on your body and your breath and letting everything else grow fuzzy. No longer listening to the thoughts, just watching them, right? Watching them fly by you instead of thinking about them or dwelling on them. Allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment. By connecting to your body and connecting to your breath and letting everything else go blurry. Fully surrender, fully let go, release, Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, begin to invite some movements in the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Begin to make yourself into a nice full body stretch, reaching the arms up and overhead. Giving yourself a nice big hug. Rocking side to side. Rocking yourself onto your left side body, the yin side of the body, the lunar side of the body. Taking a moment here. And then slowly press yourself up to seated facing wherever you are in your house. The front, the back. Keep your eyes closed, relax the shoulders away from the ear. Bring your hands to your heart. I want to thank you so much for practicing with me today. All that's within me, the light, the shadow, the good, the bad, all acknowledges and bows down and loves all that's within you. Namaste.